I am going to talk relatively extensively about suicide, just in general. This might briefly touch on self-harm, but I'm going to try to focus on suicide due to what I just heard. I'm going to keep it very, very vague. I just found out one of my very good friends tried to kill himself. And that hurts. If you've ever had a friend or family member, someone you know, kill themselves, try to kill themselves, you know what I mean. Because it hurts. Especially if it's a friend or a family member, it hurts. It's just like you feel violated and you feel sorry for them, but at the same time, you're just sad. You're just sad because it's just like, what could have put them over the edge? Even if they tell you, or someone tells you what put them over the edge, you don't understand why they committed suicide or why they tried to kill themselves. It's one of those things that you can't understand. Especially if you're one of those people that hasn't ever thought about suicide. And honestly, I'm one of those people who hasn't really thought about it, because I can always find that there is something, anything, in any situation possible, that there is at least one thing to live for. And if you have one reason to live, then there's no reason to kill yourself. One reason to live is all you need. Sorry. I'm very sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. So, suicide is the best and worst thing that has ever been conjured up by humanity. The best thing because you're out of the situation. The worst because you're out of the situation. Sure. I understand. I've had so many people tell me what it's like to be in that really dark hole, that really dark place, the darkest place you will ever be in your life, when you feel like there is no way out other than to take your own life. I've had so many people tell me what it feels like when they feel like there is no other possible way to live, and that the only option is to take their own life. I have had people tell me that over and over and over again, and I sympathize with them. I understand what they're going through, but I don't understand why they would choose suicide. There are so many other options. I mean, in that moment, when the only thing that you can think of to heal your pain is to take your own life, there doesn't seem like there's any option. But honestly, all you have to do, ask someone. I'm begging you. If anyone is watching this and they're suicidal, I am begging you, don't do it until you think about it. Don't do it until you talk to someone. And then tell me that there is still no way out. Because anyone, your best friend, your mother, your father, your school teacher, your guidance counselor, an adult you trust, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a sibling, anyone, go to them and tell them what you're feeling. And then ask them for advice. I am begging you. Just don't go from, I am depressed, I want to die, to actually trying to take your own life immediately. It's just not the way. It's not the way. Don't just end your life because you feel in that moment that there is no way out. Because there is. There is a way out. So many people in this life that have grown up to have amazing lives, family, a wonderful job, happy as they can be, have been suicidal before. And even when they're married, have children, have a wonderful job, and they're happy, they can still be depressed. But you want to know what? There's something that keeps them going. Because I know of adulthood depression, they although some of them do end up trying to kill themselves, it's inevitable, sorry, that some would, a lot of them do come out of it. Because they find that one thing that seems insane, vague, meaning nothing, to mean the world to them, so much so that they can pull themselves out of the hole, the dark abyss that you're in. They can pull themselves out of it, however long it takes they can. And I know the human spirit is a resilient thing. You can come out of any situation. And it depresses me. It makes me so sad that when someone takes their own life, because it's like, as my health teacher said, suicide is the suicide is the permanent let me talk because I'm tired. Suicide is the permanent solution to a temporary problem. That is the best definition of suicide I have ever heard in my life. Self-harm is mixed in with suicide here, because if you cut yourself or if you burn yourself or something like that, you will always have that emotional attachment to the scars, to the burns, because you don't know how long those scars and burns are going to be on your arm. Eventually, maybe they'll heal. But when you look down at your arm or your leg or your chest or something, and you see those scars, you're going to always feel that. I remember when I did that. I remember where I was. It's going to hurt. Because permanently marking your body for such a temporary thing is so sad to me. Permanently ending your life for a situation that can pass in the next week, next month, next day for that matter. Permanently taking your own life for such a temporary space of time kills me inside. Like, why? You have to, like, someone has to be there to tell you. I'm begging anyone who contemplates suicide to talk to someone. Find someone who can help them find that one thing that can have them hold on to their life. Have them hold on. Sorry. Because it's just like, there is at least one thing. At least one silver lining. That if you can't find it, somebody else can for you. Someone will help you find that one thing. That you've got that one thing, for the One Direction fans. Someone can help you find that one thing that you can hold on to, that can give you hope, that can make it not at all better, but make it seem more like life is worth living. Because life is worth living. No matter how hard a situation seems, no matter how terrible your life is you feel your life is at the moment, how lonely you feel, how helpless, how anything you feel, how much bullying you're going through, everything is temporary. The only thing that is not temporary is the taking of your own life. Pain, as I said, and this is one of my own quotes, slightly paraphrased. Pain can never be permanent because the only thing that can transcend the physical world is love. I truly believe that the only thing that can pass from this life to the next life is love. Pain cannot follow you after this life, and that might seem like I'm endorsing suicide, but I'm not at all. I'm saying while you're in this life, whatever pain you feel will not follow you to the next stage in your life. And as soon as you get over that pain, as soon as you find that little sliver of light hiding in the gray, hiding in the black, you're going to start climbing toward the light because human curiosity, you're going to start climbing toward the light. And eventually you will get over it. You will be better, and you will be better because of it. But don't do the permanent solution to the temporary problem. Do not take your own life for such a small situation, no matter how hard it is, no matter how terrible you feel. There is always at least one thing to live for. I truly believe that there is always one thing to live for. Whether it be, I hope that someone can help you find one thing in yourself to live for, but that's not always the case. I hope it's at least one thing that you can hold on to, that in those times of darkness, even when you know what that one thing is, you're going to still have those times where you want to just end it. I hope that little sliver of light that you find is strong enough to hold you and for you to hold on to it, because suicide is never the answer. The taking of one's own life is never the answer. Just don't do it. It's so permanent. When the only thing that can follow you forever is love, don't end your life for pain. Don't end your life for pain. Because as soon as you get over that pain, the only thing that can follow you from that point on is love. I'm not saying that you're gonna die immediately, no. But the only thing that can follow you for good is love. The moment you come out and you're born into the world, you are immediately embraced with love. Your mother holds you in her arms. That's the first instance of love that you will ever experience. The last instance of love, honestly, I hope, is your spouse or your child or someone saying goodbye to you while you're old and gray on your deathbed. Not when you're 15 or 16, in the prime of your life, in just a bad situation. I don't want you to have to, your parents, your friends, because everyone is going to miss you. No matter what you think, there is going to be someone who's going to miss you. So many people, even that you don't know, are going to miss you. Don't take your life because it's not worth it. The ending of one's own life is not worth, pain is not worth the taking of one's own life. Pain is not worth giving up the best gift you can ever have. Love is worth it, and love will always prevail. Love can overcome anything, even death. I've heard that from Lilo and Stitch. Disney has been implanting it into our head that love will always prevail since we were kids. Just remember that love will always prevail. Pain is never permanent. Love is the only thing that can transcend the physical world. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked it, and I hope this helped someone. I really do. So peace, and I love you all.